Hi, my name is Amy Pavlina, and I am a social studies virtual content specialist. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to access some of the great resources on Teachhub, including lessons that can be directly saved into your Google Drive. In order to do that, you're going to have to go to Teachhub. One way you could do that is by searching through Google and doing Teachhub NYC. And the first link you're going to find is going to be the link you're going to click. And you could scroll down to Teachhub. It's going to have you sign in using your New York City credentials. So this would be your username and your password. And you're going to sign in. So now that you're into Teachhub, you're going to see a bunch of different things that you can go to. K-12 elementary school. If you go to elementary school or K-12, you can scroll down and you see all of the great curriculum resources that are available to you as a New York City staff member. For my purposes, I'm going to be showing you how to get to Passport to Social Studies. So you're going to click on Passport to Social Studies, and you could even save it. So when you log into Teachhub the next time, it's already in your content. So I'm actually going to heart it, and now it's going to be in my content every time I sign in, that I'm going to automatically see it in my dashboard. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click on it, and it's going to redirect me to the Passport to Social Studies drive. So the Department of Social Studies actually has a whole entire drive of resources available to all teachers and staff members, and you can access this and make copies to your drive in Google Classroom. So now that I have everything for Passport, I want to go into the digital curriculum. But as you can see here, you see blank slides, lesson templates. I can do student workbook PDFs, all these great resources that are at your fingertips. So I'm going to click on grades K-12 Passport Digital Curriculum. And now I could choose what grade level I want to look at. I'm going to look at the 4th grade level. And right now I'm in Unit 3. So I'm going to click on Unit 3 and I'm going to see what's here. And when I click on here, I see all the different units and parts of the Unit 3 for Passport. So I see 3 Worlds Meet, Europeans coming over. I see colonial life. I see colonial conflicts. I see Revolutionary War. I see all these great resources. So let me click on Mini Unit A. And now it's organized for me into 6 different dates. So I could actually use these as different lessons, and I could figure out what works best for my classroom. So I'm going to go to day 1. Now that I'm in day 1, I see a bunch of different resources. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the lesson. So if I go down, everything's labeled for me. I see right here, Unit 3, Day 1, Lesson, Unit Launch, Perspectives. This goes along with the green Passport to Social Studies books that many of you are familiar with. And over here, I see different resources. And as I'm looking at it, I could see that there's headphones. So these are recordings. These must go with the lesson. But in order to find out exactly what the different resources are within this mini unit, I'm going to click on the lesson. So once I click on the lesson, I see a bunch of different things first. I see the title of the lesson, and I see the focus question. I also see the materials that I'll need for this lesson. So I see that I need to have this material. I need to have the landing of Henrik Hudson. I need to have a map of the world from the student workbook, page 23, and I need to have these excerpts. So let me now go to the note to teacher. So it's telling me that I could have students choose one photograph to analyze and then bring students together to hear ideas about both photographs. The check for understanding comes after the wrap up. So this is really giving me an idea of what I need to preview to the students and how I'm going to show this information to them. If I go down a little bit further, I have more guidance for instruction. It's going to tell me some ideas for activities that I can leave my students with to garner artifacts from their learning. And then I have the whole entire PowerPoint. I have the lesson objective. I have the timeline for me. And what I can do now is I have all of the resources from the lesson as it would be within the green books that many of you are familiar with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this because it's view only, and I'm going to go up to File. Now I'm going to go to Make a Copy. I want to take this entire presentation and I want to bring it into my drive to take a look at further and see what works for my class and what doesn't work for my class. So I'm going to click Entire Presentation. And I'm going to keep the name as well, and I'm just going to delete that copy of. And now I have where it starts Unit 3, Day 1, so I'm ready to start Unit 3, Day 1 for my students. So I'm going to click OK, and it's going to put it into a folder already. I could change my folder to something else that I make a copy of. I'm going to leave it the same way that it's on here and click OK. And now my copy is going straight into my Google Drive. Let's access the Google Drive to show you where you could find your copy as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the search bar and I'm going to type in drive.google.com. And once I'm there, I'm going to have everything that I've made a copy in my drive. So I have different folders already. So I'm actually going to go to Recent. And here's what I just made a copy of, Unit 3, Day 1, Lesson Unit Launch. Now I can access the lesson within my own drive to modify it to meet my students' needs. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in to see what resources are available. I'm going to make a copy of these as well into my drive. So notice that I'm highlighting all of the MP3s, and I want to make a copy of these as well. After I click on this, I'm going to right click and click Make a Copy. So now these resources can be in my drive as well, because I see the lesson, I see it's something I need to use. If I did this first, I could do everything at once, but I'm looking at the lesson, I see that these are some things that are really valuable to my teaching practice for these students in my class. So I'm going to make a copy as well, and it's copying the 8 files. And if I go into my recent in my Google Drive, if I click out of here, out of Passport, I'm going to see now it's in my drive as well for me to use and embed in my instruction. Next time when we meet, we're going to set up this lesson together.